Human history is a catalog of moments of brilliance, suffering, and incredible feats, but only a rare few of them were ever captured on camera. Scrolling back through the years, you are going to feel as if being teleported through time itself, as we reveal these 100 moments frozen in history. Travel across the ages and witness the extraordinary, the heartbreaking, and the awe-inspiring. Each photo tells the stories that have forever shaped our past, providing a glimpse into the history of human existence. Number 100. Seconds before lightning strikes. In 1975, Michael and Sean McQuilkin were hiking with their sister in Sequoia National Park. The sky darkened and the air became charged with positive energy, forcing their hair to stand on end, a clear sign that lightning was approaching. Number 99. Feeding Arctic bears. In 1976, Soviet adventurer Nikolai Machulyak showed great compassion by providing condensed milk and meat to a polar bear and her pups near Cape Schmidt on the Chukchi seacoast. Number 98. Spanish flu. Spanish flu, which occurred in 1918, was a fatal pandemic of influenza that impacted around 500 million people worldwide. This pandemic created widespread fear and panic, and this photograph of people wearing masks and looking horrified serves as a striking reminder of the trauma caused by the Spanish flu. Number 97. Life-saving kiss. Rocco Morabito's Pulitzer Prize-winning photograph shows utility worker Jimmy Thompson bravely delivering mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to his comatose co-worker, Randall Champion, after an electric shock. Thompson's prompt and competent action not only saved Champion's life, but also kept him alive until 2002. Number 96. American sculptor. Anna Coleman Ladd, a renowned American sculptor, is noted for her significant contributions during World War I, particularly her expertise in constructing prosthetic masks for deformed troops. Her artistic talent and humanitarian commitment to assisting these war-wounded people not only healed their physical appearance, but also gave them a renewed feeling of normalcy and confidence. Number 95. Construction workers. 11. Construction workers are seen comfortably having a meal, chatting and inhaling stealth smoke, seemingly unconscious that they are suspended 840 feet above Manhattan, held only by a thin beam. This actual satisfaction is based on the fact that these men actively contributed to the creation of the Rockefeller Center. Number 94. Earthrise. The first manned mission to orbit the moon occurred in 1968, when the Apollo 8 spacecraft launched. During a difficult year in America, astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders attained lunar orbit on Christmas Eve. Number 93. Picture before landing. In 1931, German photographer Willy Ruge acquired this image seconds before landing during his daring 7-minute parachute descent over Berlin. Suspended in mid-air, the shot illustrates the intersection of human bravery and technological innovation. Number 92. 28-feet crocodile. This photo shows a massive 28-foot crocodile allegedly from Australia. However, rumors suggest the size might be exaggerated due to the camera's forced perspective, making the creature appear larger than it actually is. Number 91. Real sword fight. The photograph shows René Ribière, a French politician caught up in an unprecedented episode of political history. In 1967, Ribière competed in France's final duel, a dramatic clash with Gaston Defferre. The duel began after an exchange of insults in the French parliament. Ribière, slightly injured, succumbed to Defferre, putting an end to a centuries-old ritual. Number 90. Vintage Halloween costume. The Halloween costumes worn in the late 1800s and early 1900s were homemade, and while not as intricate as modern costumes, they still managed to be creepy. This vintage Halloween photo captures the essence of the era's homemade costumes, which still managed to unsettle. Number 89. Face of Mussolini's Italian Fascist Party. The Palazzo Braschi in Rome, which was once the headquarters of the Fascist Party Federation, had an eerie facade that seemed to evoke this feeling. The building was adorned with the ominous ace and the SISI wrapping. Number 88. The Isolator Mask. Hugo Gernsback, known for publishing Science and Invention magazine, invented a disturbing helmet in 1925 that he believed would eliminate all distractions and enable wearers to concentrate solely on what was in front of them. This headgear, however, presented a major problem as it restricted the oxygen supply, causing people to use an oxygen tube for breathing. Number 87. Annie Oakley. In 1899, Annie Oakley, the original selfie queen, was photographed taking aim using a hand mirror. Known for her incredible accuracy, she would have hit the bullseye with that shot too. Number 86. Man and his doll laid to rest. The picture shows a man and his doll laid to rest side by side. It is a haunting image that raises questions about the man's relationship with the doll and his mental state. The doll appears to have been treated as a real companion. Number 85. Headshot survivor. During the Civil War, Jacob C. Miller was shot in the face. Despite the severe injury, he survived and lived with an open wound on his face. His enduring scars served as a testament to his resilience and bravery in battle. Number 84. MGM logo. The renowned MGM logo underwent a drastic transformation, as captured in a photograph of the original logo being taken with a real lion. This symbolic mascot arose in 1916 when publicist Howard Dietz picked the lion to represent his alma mater, Columbia University. Number 83. Salvador Dalí portrait. Felipe Halsman's portrait of surrealist painter Salvador Dalí differed from the conventional seated stance. Inspired by Dalí's painting, L'Età Atomica, Halsman devised a complex scene using the original artwork, a levitating chair, and a suspended easel. Assistants, including Halsman's wife and daughter Irene, waited for Dalí's order to throw 3 cats and a pail of water into the air as he leapt. Number 82. Inuk man teaches hunting. An Inuk father teaches a tiny child how to shoot. This amazing graphic depicts the Inuit community's cultural history and survival expertise, which has been passed down over the generations. Number 81. Dovima. Richard Avedon captured the iconic shot Dovima with elephants in a Paris circus in 1955 for Harper's Bazaar. The portrait featured both Dovima, a well-known model, and Avedon, a notable fashion photographer. Number 80. Black cats. In 1961, a peculiar scene emerged as people, each accompanied by their black pet cats, lined up for auditions in a low-budget Hollywood horror film featuring black felines. Number 79. Marilyn Monroe in Korea. Marilyn Monroe took the stage in 1954, captivating hundreds of American troops stationed in Korea. The acclaimed actress and Hollywood beauty icon provided a sense of home for the military audience stationed abroad. Number 78. Motor Show. The Paris Motor Show, held in the picturesque settings of the Grand Palais in 1910, highlighted the thriving automotive industry. This legendary event showcased cutting-edge technologies and concepts, attracting both amateurs and industry insiders. Number 77. New York Central Railroad Streamliner. In 1936, the sleek New York Central Railroad streamliner Mercury glided through the metropolitan environment, passing by Syracuse City Hall in a demonstration of new engineering excellence. Number 76. Golden Gate Bridge. A magnificent shot of the Golden Gate Bridge under construction was captured around 1935. The iconic structure, synonymous with San Francisco, rises against a backdrop of expansion. Steel cables drape like delicate threads as towers rise into the sky, evoking the bridge's impending grandeur. Number 75. Stoic Royal Guard. In the 1970s, a daring situation occurred outside Stockholm Palace, Sweden, when a girl licked an ice cream cone while also playing with the tip of a gun's bayonet, seeking to elicit a reaction from a stoic royal guard. Number 74. Tankman. Jeff Widener gained to notoriety as a photojournalist in the late 20th century, after taking an iconic photograph of a young Chinese guy confronting tanks during the 1989 Tiananmen Square revolt. Number 73. Traffic Jam. This remarkable photograph, transplanted to Ireland in the year 1900, captures the essence of a unique traffic jam. a pilgrimage on the way to Lofderg in County Donegal. Number 72. Left to right driving. This image depicts the chaotic aftermath of Sweden's momentous shift from left to right driving in 1967. The image depicts the first morning of this revolutionary event, displaying a chaotic scene with cars traversing the streets in an unusual pattern. Number 71. Risk-taking acrobats. In a spectacular photograph taken in 1934, 3 acrobats defy gravity atop the Empire State Building's soaring pinnacle. This breathtaking shot depicts a moment of bold spectacle against the iconic New York City skyline. Number 70. Faces after war. In 1941, the left image depicts Soviet soldier Eugen Stepanovich Kobitev on the day he embarked on the arduous journey to battle. The solemnity in his expression foreshadows the uncertainties and difficulties that await him. Fast forward to 1945, and the right photograph reveals a changed Kobitev. Number 69. Harlem Hellfighters. During World War I, the Harlem Hellfighters, their accomplishments, particularly receiving the Croix de Guerre in 1919, received praise in France. The Hellfighters' historical relevance has regrettably faded over time. This photograph captures a moment of success for these unsung heroes, stressing the need to renew their legacy. Number 68. Peter Freuchen. In 1947, Arctic adventurer Peter Freuchen appears alongside his third wife, Dagmar Freuchen Gale, wearing a polar bear coat crafted from a bear he hunted himself. Number 67. Mark Twain. At Tesla Lab. Around 1894, a rare convergence occurred in Nikola Tesla's laboratory, where the literary great Mark Twain shared space with the visionary scientist. Number 66. John Grizzly Adams. The magnificent image from 1856 captures a remarkable moment on the American frontier, featuring John Grizzly Adams with one of the bears he had trapped and tamed. Number 65. Final episode of Seinfeld. In a sentimental moment frozen in time, New Yorkers gather in Times Square to see the finale of a cultural phenomenon, the last episode of Seinfeld. The phenomenally successful show about nothing aired for 9 seasons and ended in 1998. Number 64. First diving suit. In a magnificent photograph from the year 1911, inventor Chester E. McDuffie stands proudly before one of the earliest atmospheric diving suits. This groundbreaking apparatus, a marvel of its day, was a significant leap in undersea exploration. Number 63. Bored Prince Charles. In this unusual photograph from Queen Elizabeth's second coronation in 1953, Prince Charles appears to be bored, caught between his grandmother, the Queen Mother, and his mother, the newly crowned Queen. Number 62. World War II. Bear. During World War II, a Polish battalion developed a unique connection with Wojtek, a bear recruited into their ranks. This unconventional friend became an integral part of the unit, sharing in the human realities of wartime brotherhood. Number 61. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders, the now iconic mascot for Kentucky Fried Chicken, commonly known as KFC, was inspired by the company's real-life founder, Harlan David Sanders. Sanders began serving fried chicken at his Kentucky gas station in the 1930s, beginning his famed business. Number 60. Princess Diana's vehicle crash. The sorrowful photograph depicts the aftermath of Princess Diana's fatal car accident in 1997. The crumpled rubble, squashed against the walls of a Paris tunnel, serves as a stark reminder of the terrible tragedy that transpired. Number 59. Ruby Bridges goes to school. The remarkable image from November 14, 1960, depicts 6-year-old Ruby Bridges walking to her first day of school at William Frantz Elementary School in New Orleans, accompanied by federal investigators. Bridges, the first African-American student to desegregate the all-white school, encountered a hostile crowd. Number 58. Jesse Owens winning. At the 1936 Berlin Olympics, Jesse Owens shattered the world record in the 200-meter race. His remarkable performance not only secured him a gold medal, but also showcased his incredible talent, challenging Nazi ideologies of racial superiority and leaving an enduring legacy in the world of athletics. Number 57. Easter Island. The image depicts the gigantic skulls of Easter Island, which have captivated the imagination of historians and archaeologists for years. However, the appeal goes beyond the famous faces to the hidden mysteries beneath the surface. Number 56. 3,000 Men Pose. On August 19, 1964, the 3,000 men who built the Chase Manhattan Bank in New York City gathered for a photo near the project's completion, capturing the monumental effort and teamwork behind one of the city's iconic structures. Number 55. Leap into Freedom. In 1961, Konrad Schumann, a 19-year-old East German border guard, challenged the Iron Curtain and attempted a daring escape known as the Leap into Freedom, the iconic shot, which captures the split-second decision to flee to the west. Number 54. Ice Transportation. The stunning photograph, taken in September 1919, captures a watershed moment in American history when societal conventions were upended by the demands of World War II. In a departure from traditional gender boundaries, two young girls are shown distributing ice in Manhattan. Number 53. Beatles and the Taj Mahal. In 1966, George Harrison embarked on a cultural odyssey through the East, armed with a fisheye lens and a great curiosity. The Beatles' tour to India coincided with a burgeoning interest in Eastern spirituality and culture. Number 52. Anti-British Propaganda. In this intriguing image from 1941 Japan, two women engage in anti-British propaganda using a striking visual metaphor. They demonstrate their distaste for Winston Churchill by pinching their noses, which represents a foul stench. The gesture is both artistic and offensive, reflecting wartime tensions and hatred between Japan and the Allies. Number 51. Father meets daughter. In a touching photo from 1956, the wreckage of World War II is tangible as a German prisoner released by the Soviet Union enjoys a long-awaited reunion with his 12-year-old daughter. Number 50. Angry Kangaroo. In 1967, an unusual scenario occurred in England that gained significant notice when a kangaroo accidentally struck a photographer attempting to capture its image. This extraordinary occurrence, caught in Voller Ernst's photograph, adds a humorous twist to the history of animal interactions. Number 49. Mount St. Helens erupt. Mount St. Helens erupted 40 years ago. Richard Lasher, who took this photo, survived. The fate of the Pinto and the Yamaha remains unknown. Number 48. Shigeki Tanaka wins. 19-year-old Shigeki Tanaka, who survived the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, went on to win the 1951 Boston Marathon. As he crossed the finish line, the crowd, struck by the weight of his history and the significance of his triumph, fell silent, honoring his remarkable resilience and victory. Number 47. Photographs of Native Americans. Roland W. Reed's photographs of Native Americans, taken in 1913, offer a poignant glimpse into their traditional way of life. Each image is a window into a culture rich in heritage and tradition, captured with sensitivity and reverence by the photographer's lens. Number 46. Unpacking Statue of Liberty. Step back in time to 1885 and witness the awe-inspiring unveiling of the Statue of Liberty in New York City. This monumental gift from the people of France stands as a beacon of freedom and hope, a symbol of the enduring friendship between nations and the promise of a better tomorrow. Number 45. Gas-proof stroller. In 1938 England, amidst the looming threat of war, a woman tests a gas-resistant stroller, a poignant reminder of the fears and uncertainties of the time. As the world teeters on the brink of conflict, every precaution is taken to protect the most vulnerable, even the youngest members of society. Number 44. Brooklyn Bridge. Experience the tranquility of a morning walk on the Brooklyn Bridge in 1905, a snapshot of New York's bustling urban life frozen in time. Against the backdrop of the city skyline, pedestrians meander across the iconic structure, lost in contemplation or conversation as they start their day. Number 43. Native American Girl. This photo goes back to 1894 Oklahoma and shows a young girl from the Kiowa tribe, her eyes alive with the spirit of her ancestors. In her gaze lies the wisdom of generations, a testament to the resilience and strength of Native American culture in the face of adversity. Number 42. Child labor strike. The struggle for workers' rights in a 1902 Philadelphia child labor strike, as children take a stand against exploitation. In the face of adversity, their courage and determination shine through, inspiring future generations to fight for justice and equality. Number 41. Sitting alone. Anticipating the need for social distancing, a child with measles sits alone during a 1953 coronation party in Chelsea, England. In the midst of celebration, a somber reminder of the importance of public health measures and the sacrifices made to protect the community. Number 40. Concorde jets. A fleet of Concorde jets graces London Heathrow Airport in 1986, a marvel of modern engineering and a symbol of progress. Against the backdrop of the bustling airport, these sleek aircraft embody the spirit of innovation and adventure, propelling humanity into the future. Number 39. Eiffel Tower. Alexandre Gustave Eiffel explores his iconic tower with a friend in 1889, a marvel of modern engineering and a symbol of Parisian ingenuity. Against the backdrop of the city skyline, the Eiffel Tower stands as a testament to human creativity and ambition. Number 38. Aircraft tester crashing. Aircraft tester George Aird narrowly escapes death in a harrowing mid-air accident in 1962. Against all odds, he survives to tell the tale, a testament to the indomitable spirit of adventure. Number 37. Ostrich reading newspaper. Witness an ostrich reading a caretaker's newspaper in a moment of delightful curiosity in 1951. In the midst of everyday life, this whimsical encounter serves as a reminder of the wonder and magic that surrounds us, if only we take the time to notice. Number 36. Art collection. Explore the aftermath of war as the U.S. military inspects a collection of art collected by Hermann Goering in 1945. Amidst the ruins of conflict, these stolen treasures serve as a haunting reminder of the human cost of greed and ambition, a testament to the enduring power of art in the face of destruction. Number 35. Goodwill gesture. Picture shows the spirit of sportsmanship as England and France exchange goodwill gestures before a 1920 World Cup football match. Against the backdrop of international competition, these gestures of friendship remind us of the unifying power of sports and the bonds that transcend borders. Number 34. Albina Mali. In 1941, at just 16 years old, Albina Mali Hocevar from Slovenia bravely joined the People's Liberation Movement. Despite her youth, she displayed remarkable courage, sustaining injuries twice while fighting as a resistance fighter by the age of 17. Throughout the remainder of the war, she selflessly served as a nurse. Number 33. Boy gets new shoes. During World War II, an Austrian boy is captured in a poignant photograph, beaming with joy as he hugs a new pair of shoes. This touching moment reflects the profound impact of receiving such a simple gift amidst the harsh realities of war. Number 32. Original Moulin Rouge. In 1914, a year before the devastating fire, the original Moulin Rouge stood proudly in Paris, captured in a photograph by Albert Kahn. The image showcases the iconic cabaret in all its pre-fire glory, a symbol of Parisian nightlife and entertainment. Number 31. Underground Christmas Party. A group of people can be seen spending Christmas in a London bomb shelter. During World War II, civilians were protected from blasts in the bunker. The backdrop contains decorations that give the setting a festive appearance. Number 30. Skeleton couples. The image depicts a wonderful sight of two Roman remains discovered 2009 in Modena, Italy. The corpses of a man and woman said to have been buried some 1,500 years ago were discovered holding hands. Number 29. Mummies for sale. The image depicts a man selling mummies in Egypt in 1875. During the 19th century, the Egyptian mummy trade flourished, and many visitors visited Egypt to collect mummies and other ancient artifacts. The mummies were sold to purchasers all around the world, and they were frequently used as ornaments. Number 28. Ice facial in 1966. The image of an ice facial shows a woman undergoing a beauty treatment in which ice cubes are pressed against her face with the assistance of a mask rubbed on her face. Number 27. Dentists in 1892. The photograph depicts a man being restrained to a dentist chair in 1892 while having a tooth pulled. The dentist uses pliers to remove the man's teeth while being held down by two assistants. Because there was no effective anesthetic available at the time. Number 26. Tampa waterspout. Florida resident Joey Mull captures a massive waterspout moving towards Tampa, Florida in 2013. A waterspout is a revolving column of water that creates a vortex at the surface of a body of water. Number 25. Theater stage for Bregenz. The image depicts a stunning theater stage created for the Bregenz Performing Arts Festival in Austria. An enormous book serves as the stage's focal point, flanked by two skeletal hands that appear to be opening it. The illusion is completed by a full-size skeleton standing on top of the book, seemingly overseeing the opening process. Number 24. Waiting for shared shower. A coal miner in Germany in 1958 waits for a public shower. Coal mining was a grueling and dangerous profession, with miners frequently working in dark and unclean circumstances. Communal bathing was required to help prevent the spread of diseases and infections that could occur in the mines. Number 23. Vampire's heart. Auguste Delagrange's mummified heart is thought to be that of a vampire. In 1912, a priest and voodoo practitioner hunted and killed Delagrange, driving a stake through his heart. Number 22. Camel Girl. Ella Harper, often known as the Camel Girl, has a rare medical condition known as congenital genu recurvatum, which causes her knees to bend backwards. She joined a circus at a young age and was touted as a spectacle, attracting viewers with her unique physical traits. Number 21. A mental patient with Toy Man. In 1910, a photograph was taken of Katharina Detzel, a patient in a German psychiatric hospital who had made a straw man in her bed. The photograph depicts the creepy and scary sight of the straw man she built. Number 20. Fixing a Disney animatronic. This image depicts two engineers working on a Disney animatronic, which can be both interesting and scary at once. These life-sized humanoids are supposed to emulate human movements and expressions, giving park guests a realistic experience. Number 19. Two-headed dog experiment. This scary and uncomfortable sight is the two-headed dog experiment in Russia in 1954. Dr. Vladimir Demikov carried out the experiment, successfully attaching a puppy's head and forelimbs to a grown dog's neck. The outcome was a two-headed dog that could move, eat, and drink, but only survived for a short time. Number 18. The original Ronald McDonald. The original Ronald McDonald, photographed in the 1960s, is a bizarre and scary sight in his red and white striped outfit, enormous yellow boots, and bright red wig. The clown's trademark look, which was intended to be readily identifiable, has become iconic. Number 17. Plague Doctor Mask. The eerie image depicts a plague doctor mask from the 16th century, worn by medics during the bubonic plague pandemic. The mask has a beak-like construction packed with herbs and scents to shield the doctor from the bad air that is thought to cause the ailment. Number 16. Mickey Mouse's Meeting. The Mickey Mouse Club was a popular children's show in the 1930s, and this image shows a gathering of its young followers. However, closer scrutiny reveals a weird and unnerving aspect of the photograph. Number 15. Melted mannequins. This unsettling shot from 1929 depicts a distressing scene of melting wax mannequins in a department shop window in Paris. The mannequins' contorted and drooping features create an unpleasant impression, as if they are in misery. Number 14. Letter of a schizophrenic patient. Emmy Hawke's letter to her husband provides disturbing insight into the thoughts of a schizophrenic patient. The letter, written in 1909, contains only two words, Herzen Schatzi komm, darling, please come, and komm. The repetition of these statements emphasizes the loneliness and confusion that can accompany mental illness. Number 13. People with mummies. In the photo, a group of people can be seen standing close to the mummies in Venzone, Italy, circa 1950s. The mummies are supposed to have been discovered in 1647 and are the remains of persons who died in the 16th century due to the plague. Number 12. Electric shock. This disturbing photograph depicts a patient undergoing experimental electrical stimulation in 1856. The treatment, which entailed administering electric shocks to the patient's body, was thought to cure a variety of diseases, including paralysis and insanity. Number 11. Buffalo skulls. The eerie photograph displays a mound of buffalo skulls. It was captured in the late 19th century. The buffalo, once numbering in the millions, were hunted to near extinction, with only 300 left by the turn of the 20th century. Number 10. Amityville ghost photo. The Amityville ghost photo from 1976 is a scary image of a stairway inside a home in Amityville, New York. It was captured by Gene Campbell, a professional photographer employed by paranormal investigators to chronicle their discoveries. The photograph appears to depict the spectral figure of a small child peeping out from under the banister. Number 9. The first atomic bomb. The image depicts the first atomic bomb, codenamed Trinity, immediately after its detonation on July 16, 1945, in the New Mexico desert. The explosion created a dazzling brightness and a mushroom cloud that ascended more than 7 miles into the atmosphere. Number 8. Hiroshima watch. The snapshot depicts a watch that is perpetually locked at 8:15 a.m., the exact time when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. Number 7. Amusement park after Chernobyl explosion. In 1986, a new amusement park was scheduled to open in Pripyat, Ukraine, for the families of Chernobyl nuclear plant employees. However, on April 26 that year, the Chernobyl tragedy struck, and the park's launch was canceled. Number 6. Hindenburg's final flight. This shot was captured just before the Hindenburg accident in 1937. The Hindenburg left Germany and flew over New York City before landing at a New Jersey airbase. However, disaster came when the airship collided with the mooring mast, causing it to explode and quickly drop to the ground. Number 5. Martin Luther King removing a burnt cross. Martin Luther King Jr. was frequently targeted with death threats. This photograph captures him removing a cross from his front garden, which was most likely placed there as a symbol of intimidation and hatred. Number 4. Bear baiting suit. This unusual gear from Siberia was created to protect against bear attacks. Although some suggest that similar outfits were used to hunt bears, it is more likely that they were designed to lure bears for future hunts. The costume consists of leather leggings and jacket, an iron helmet, and 1-inch metal spikes. Number 3. Gas masks for youngsters. During World War II, the potential of a chemical strike terrified people and soldiers across Europe. Gas masks were recommended as a precaution against chemical weapons. However, how to safeguard newborns and small children who couldn't use regular masks remained a challenge. This unnerving shot, taken in 1940, shows nurses testing new gas masks developed specifically for babies. Number 2. A soldier helps a child cross the Berlin Wall. Soldiers began construction of a barbed wire fence in 1961, isolating the city and preventing cross-border movement. Even those having prior privileges, such as the elderly or those with medical conditions, were denied entry via Checkpoint Charlie. This snapshot shows an East German soldier assisting a small boy in crossing the wall to reconnect with his family. Number 1. Treatment of mental illness. The snapshot depicts a patient receiving mental disease treatment in Germany in 1890. This image is a chilling reminder of the terrible and barbaric treatment of people with mental illnesses in the past. The patient is restrained on 3 sides to keep them from injuring themselves or others. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.